coat too before we go.
Yes,
Don't take a picture of that.
Look at your man. Look at your man.
Andrew, don't get fired on the first day. Andrew, don't listen. His cameraman listen to them. You listen to me.
Okay,
my cameraman.
Well, let us go ahead and get started, hey man. Welcome again to another edition of the Men's Corner. Of course, you know this is the best podcast going on, where we got two handsome brothers over here delivering the message. Men, where we talk real, that's relevant emotions about life. I am Faheem, and I'm here with the greatest host in America, Big Six. Hey, the Men's Corner, brought to you by Men's Corner DMV, Men's Corner Facebook, as well as Men's Corner IG, that's Instagram, produced by BeeSting Media and powered up by DJ Glam. We're site sponsored by reality-based training group 8181 Professional Place, 2407-1438-13 for all your security-related needs. That's RBTG. With us tonight, yes indeedy, man, oh man, we've been trying to get him on here for a whole year. He been ducking that rap. And so right off the break, before Six introduce him, hold tight. Don't move, don't go nowhere. Don't do nothing, Six. Just tell him hold tight. I had to come in here and let y'all, and my little brother comes up in this joint here like this, hey.
It's cold outside, baby. That's what I do.
The man coming. Well, you can't leave, but you can't leave that over there.
No, but listen,
you got to bring this over here with you, Chad.
Because Andrew Big Swole over there.
Yeah, that's Big Swole. That's Big Swole.
But no, I got a problem real fast, man. I detected a problem when he first started speaking, man. He said two handsome guy.
Yeah, we want to talk about
that's what I'm saying. What happened to me? What's wrong with me? I'm thinking.
I was getting ready, but I'm giving you better than handsome.
No, but this is what I'm saying, though. This is what I'm saying, because when you said you handsome, I thought you left Six out. I thought you come on me and you. My bad.
Hey, look here, man. We get ready to get busy over here, man. We have none other than the NABF, former NABF champion, IBC, Mid-Atlantic, all them joints like that.
Former #1 ranked welterweight in the world. Pernell Whitaker was behind me at one time. He was number 2 and I was number 1.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was. And we're going to get to that. I'm going to let my man, Apple Scrapple, get all that information right there. But this is the man here, none other than, his name is Derrell. It's not Derrell. It's Derrell. So it's Derrell, not Darryl. Right. The reason why we do it is because I hear a lot of people say Derrell. And I'm like, spelling ain't right. Derrell. So is it Derrell or Derrell?
Well, I'm saying this because when people call me and they ask for Derrell, I know them bill collectors. So they're reading my name. They're reading my name on something, so let's give this Derrell. Okay. Now my name is Derrell Coley. This Chinese lady, I was in Gary, Indiana when I was born there. She couldn't pronounce Derrell, so she called me Derrell, and
that was it.
They kept it as Derrell.
And that's some good stuff. So I'm gonna let my man Outscribe Six, man, go ahead and do his piece. Y'all know how we do here on the Men's Corner.
So crazy, man. Yeah, man, we had to bring man Derrell Too Sweet Coley on.
Too Sweet Coley.
Yeah, man, a hell of a dude, man. All across the city, United States of America, been boxing all over this place, man, and had a hell of a career. And we're gonna dive into it, man. So let's talk about that childhood boxing life, man. When you started boxing?
I started boxing, man. I was 9 years old. I started boxing at Sea Pleasant Recreation Center, man. And no, let me say this, man. I'm the only out of all the hundreds of fighters that ever come out of Sea Pleasant Recreation Center. I'm the only fighter that made it. And not only that, they don't represent it, man. I'm the only fighter to ever come out of Sea Pleasant Recreation Center to become a successful fighter, and they don't recognize it, man.
So in other words, basically, let's jump right to it. No disrespect to nobody, but they had a Kevin Durant day I know where you're going with it. They had a Kevin Durant day, but here a world champion come from right there in the heart of that night of the day, and it's yet to have not just a day, a damn hour.
Exactly.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not unappreciative, but I'm saying you can recognize
recognize all champions that come from that regard.
Exactly.
Right. Okay.
Exactly.
You should be recognized, man. And as 9 years old, man, how you figured out that was your thing? Because I heard a conversation you had at before, and you spoke about you being 9 years old. You started fighting because somebody pushed you in front of somebody.
Man, let me tell this story one last time. Man, let me say this to you. Let me say this to you, man. My brother Jeff was a very competitive person, right?
Oh, we talk about Big Jeff?
No, my brother Black Hole Jeff.
Black Hole, yeah.
Okay.
So Jeff and my best friend, me and my best friend birthday on the same exact day, May 23rd. He's a year older than me. I'm 5, he's 6.
Mm-hmm.
But Jeff and Tyrone is on the phone. We live like 4 hours from each other. So Eric walking home said, Derrell, I'm going to meet. Do you want something? I said, no, hurry up back so we can finish playing with the cars. Okay. Jeff looked out the kitchen window and said, Derrell, can you beat Eric? I said, what, I'm running? He said, no, I'm 5. I don't know what he's talking about. So he said, Derrell, this is what he said. He said, Derrell, no, I'm talking about a fight. I said, no, Eric's 6. I'm 5. I can't beat him. He's older. Mm-hmm. So he said, that don't mean nothing. So when he goes up there, I hear Eric say, Tyrone, here they come. I'm like thinking they're gonna ask who can beat. Yeah. I'm gonna say Eric. Eric gonna say Eric. We can go back to play with the cars. I get up there. Eric stole me. Wow, in my face, and I cried because this is my best friend, and it hurt my feelings. But when I'm walking back home, nothing to this day hurt me more than these words. My brother's the only brother that I got. Mm-hmm. My little brother's a punk. My little brother can't fight. That crushed me. Mm-hmm. So then it's like, okay, 9 years old, 4 years later, I signed up for boxing. I'm gonna prove to my brother I can fight. I lost my first amateur fight because of the fact they told me it's an exhibition. Didn't know what the exhibition was, meaning it don't count. Right. I fought a guy named Perry Cooks, fat light-skinned guy, weighed 90 pounds. I weighed 70 pounds, and they said, "Dirty don't count," so there's no one to lose. They called him the winner. I still got that loss on my record because, and the motivator. And I said, "Wow, if I fight, I'm gonna try this one more time. If I lose again, I'm never fighting again." Wow. Listen to me. I won all my fights for 5 years. I won enlisted, and this is when I realized this about 3 years ago. I lost from the amateurs to the pros. Every 5 years of my life, I lost one fight. Ooh. I lost one fight. Every last fight, I got 6 fights in my whole life out of 100-something fights, and every 5 years I lost one.
So in essence, we talking about you go amateur and pro. We ain't gonna dive into the pros right now, but just in terms of record. You only got 2 losses
as a professional. 4 as an amateur.
And 4 as an amateur. So we talking about over a span of 20.
From age 9 to 19. So that's like
10 years.
10 years, yeah. Mm-hmm.
For 10 years, here's a brother that ain't but you was older than that when you got from 9 to 19. 10 years. You only had 4 losses.
Yeah.
In 10 years. Mm-hmm. Then you turned pro, and you only have 2 losses.
Out of how many years?
Out of how many years that? From 19 up to
33, 34.
Yeah, whatever.
I retired early. But
yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I really do. I believe that I don't get involved with, and this was disrespectful to me. When people call me and tell me who I wasn't better than, and it's like, but this what I say. If this is what I think though. If I made more money and my record better, why wasn't I? I don't understand. So my thing is this: why can't everybody congratulate everybody? And you always pinpoint. They don't do that in other cities. They don't sit there and say you ain't not better than him. He was better than you. Right. So what? Right. It doesn't matter. We all was good. Right. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, I just don't like the way our system is ran in DC. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But like everybody, if you and Barry Cox, like y'all play basketball down there in our park. I grew up with Pancho.
Six was talking about that amateur piece and what actually got you into it. And he said he heard the story about you, so you say Jeff pushed.
Jeff asked me who can beat him fighting, and I'm saying I thought we was gonna ask just who was gonna ask. Like I'm gonna say Eric can beat me. He's older than me.
Right.
Eric gonna say he can beat me. We can go back and play with our cards. When I went up there, when I got in Eric's face, and when they said who can beat, Eric stole me womb. Because Tyrone, his brother, said when they come up, they coming up to fight. So when he get close, then just steal him. And
famous last word. If you get in my space,
yep, they steal him.
Just start letting them go.
Right. And
So-
but no, let me say this. But we were childhood friends. That was
Right.
we was 5 years old. Eric moved away now, but I talked to Eric about 3 months ago. I asked him for a rematch. Eric watched me, man. He watched me on TV.
Nah.
Yeah, he said no, sir.
So how'd you get to see Pleasant? That, you know.
Man, Darryl, you remember Darryl Fletcher, right?
Yeah.
Darryl Fletcher and Nene Boom.
Yeah.
We on stand on the corner one day down by Janice, and I'm 9 years old. And Darryl said, let's go sign up for boxing. And I'm like, wow, this is a great opportunity to prove to my brother I can fight. So when I got down to see Pleasant, Leonard Laney was my coach, the only coach that I ever had as a boxer. I was doing things wrong. I wanted some attention. He got me walking the line. I'm doing that for like a week. So I started doing things wrong in front of him, and he didn't say nothing. And I'm like, man, I quit a couple of times. You know, and then people kept saying, man, you good. Why you keep quitting? You good. And then I realized, like, damn, if I'd have stayed with boxing, I'd have been better than what I was.
Right.
So I stuck with it. I never liked it, though. I did it because I wanted my brother to prove. This is the only thing that my brother said. This when I'm a professional. He said, Darryl, if you train hard, can't nobody in the world beat you. And I'm like, I am training hard. So what are you saying? This is what hurt me the most of it. You know my brother. My brother all-time favorite fighter was Pernell Whitaker.
Yeah.
Listen to me. I'm #1 in the world under Pernell Whitaker. I'm the WBC #1 ranked welterweight in the world. Pernell fighting that night. I'm me and my brother together. So somebody say, hey Jeff, your man fighting tonight. What are you gonna do? This what he said. Pernell the best fighter in the world. Can't nobody beat him. Oh my God, man.
Yeah.
Listen to me. Water in my, I'm turning away from water in my eyes. Like,
Yeah.
how can you say that when I'm #1 in the world right underneath this guy? And it's like, it crushed me.
But you know what's crazy is Jeff was a hell of a fighter too. And you know he's a hell of a street fighter, but he was technical in his fight game. And the other part of that is he was southpaw.
Right.
So I can imagine him. And I used to always say when I watched him, I was like, man, him and Pernell fight just alike, man. But you know he the type of dude that's giving you an ass whooping and smiling at you and laughing at you at the same time.
Let me tell you the story. Listen, me and my brother together, right? Somebody that we don't know say this. My brother was real respected in the streets. So they said, man, what would happen if y'all two box? What happened? This is what I said. We wouldn't box. So look. I'll tell you that. I said we wouldn't box. So he looked at me like this and said, but if we would.
That's it too. But the question is, what if we would?
But he said this, he said that, but if we would, you couldn't do no with me. I'm like, what makes you say that?
Yeah.
But this one, I'm #1 in the world at the time. So the guy, so he said, but nah, he couldn't do no. I told him everything he know. I'm like, you don't know everything that I know. You know what I'm saying? What you told me was a long time ago. Like I've been right now. But then I said, Jeff, you're in the world. I'm #1 in the world. So that means I'm better than you.
Yeah.
But he just kept trying to ease on like, man, he wanted to box, man. I never boxed. Me and my brother never boxed, man. Never boxed. Never.
And another thing, like, when did you turn pro?
In 1990.
1990. How old was you? 19.
I was 19. I was 19, yeah.
And what was your first fight?
I fought up Coolest, man. And
Coolest High School?
Coolest High School.
Oh wow.
I fought up Coolest. I fought a guy named Derek, man. I forgot his last name. We cool. But because I wanted to knock out. I was so disappointed. I wanted to knock out so bad. Because in the amateurs, we don't really get the Higgies on now, but they had no knockouts. And I wanted to knock out. And it's like, I was trying to knock him, and I was trying to knock him out so bad. I didn't appreciate the fact that I won. I didn't knock him out. I was disappointed.
Oh wow.
But then after that fight, I won my next 8 fights all by knockout.
That was in the pro.
In the pro.
You talking about Latimer?
No, not Latimer. Not Derek. No, his name was Derek. I forgot his last name.
Okay.
Derek.
Okay.
His name was Derek. My friend, Derek something. But he didn't let me knock him out. Well,
but you were a hell of a fighter. It was your style kind of mimicked somebody, and I think you were intentionally mimicking this person, but you had a different kind of flair with it. Who's your favorite fighter?
Oh,
coming up.
Sugar Ray Leonard. Let me say this to you. Sugar Ray Leonard. And I love...
From the tassels to the shoes and all of that.
Everything. Now, let me say this to y'all. And this sounds stupid, but it was made sense to me back then. If I would have fought Ray Leonard, I would have won Ray Leonard to win, man. I cried when he lost to Roberto. We listened on the radio or something. I cried when he lost to Roberto Duran, 98. I'm 10 years old. I cried. But then this what happened. I'm getting to a point that his people are looking at me, trying to get me to come box with him based on my style. And it was a guy named Michael Ward. Michael Ward was so good. And I say this about Mike. He's the only fighter in the world that's better. I know Mike better than me. He can't beat me. I had to put that in my head. I told Mike, you're better than me, but you would never beat me. So it don't matter. I would beat Mike 100 times because I was so motivated because Mike was so good. Mike used to dog Ray Leonard. Listen, Mike is training to fight me. We amateurs, but we about to turn pro. We like 18, 19 years old. He's training to fight. He's training to fight me, but so he boxed with Ray Leonard. Listen, he's knocking Ray Leonard down. He broke Ray Leonard real, man. He dogged Ray. So this one of my first interviews, right? So the reporter said, Derrell, how do you feel about this guy you're fighting? He knocked down your idol. I looked at the reporter. I'm not Ray Leonard. I walked away. No, listen. I walked away. Look, I walked away. I said, did I just say that? I said, man, I cannot believe I just said that. I said, but Ray came to the fight. I beat Michael Ward easy.
Right.
And they begging me to come box with Ray. And I said this to myself. If Michael Ward doing this to Ray Leonard, I cannot see myself doing nothing to Ray Leonard. Right. I love Ray too much. Yeah. I never box Ray. Yeah. And when I meet Ray come down like on the regular now, and they call me meet up with Ray Leonard. And I say, Ray, Ray pay attention to me like, like Ray laughed at me like, but I asked Ray like, what you think would happen? He said, you couldn't beat me. I said, come on, man, you see when I did to Michael Ward. You standing right there, man, what do you think I would have did to you? No, we just play a lot, man, but I respect that guy too much.
Did he raise his eyebrow when he said you couldn't beat him? Because Ray raised his eyebrows on you in a heartbeat.
Yeah, but what he did because when I started talking to him like this, he started looking over there. But when he asked me, he did like this.
He raised his eyebrow, he get them eyebrow raised?
Yeah. So why you never fought out of Ray Leonard gym though, if that was your idol?
I stayed, it's not about, like Ray Leonard wanted to manage me, they wanted to promote me. I'm smart enough to understand this shit. Give me the people that did this for you. You didn't do this for you. I wanted everybody that he had, I would have signed with them. Ray Leonard didn't do this for him. Mike Trainers, the Peppies, all the guys that was behind Ray Leonard, I would have got with them. That did that for Ray. But see, a lot of people signed with Ray Leonard, and they use Ray Leonard's name to this day. Yeah. And Ray don't have nothing to do with anything.
Oh wow.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm being honest. They use Ray Leonard's name to this day because that draws people in. I was too smart to I'm not. If Ray, give me the people that did this for Ray Leonard. And got Ray Leonard ready. Right. I was signing the contract. I wanted to read the contract. Right. I signed.
Yeah, and we want to talk about the boxing, the business end of the boxing that a lot of people don't know about. We want to talk about it, but we want to go into that piece. You won the NABF title against Terrence Ali, right? Was that your first title shot?
No, I won the IBC. I won the Mid Atlantic. Was Terrence Ali my first?
Terrence Ali in 94.
94.
Was when you won that NABF.
I fought Sal Manby.
Right.
In 93.
Okay.
I fought. It was 94. I think it was the guy Williams. I forgot the guy. Now I knocked Williams on the second round for the IBC belt, but that was after Terrence Ali.
Okay. So that level of preparation for a fight that has is nationally recognized, world recognized in terms of championship, and you going into this fight with a guy like Terrence Ali, because at the time he was like, he won about 50-something fights or something crazy.
He had 50-some wins and some. He had
like 9 losses or something like that. But he was.
I had 23 fights.
Right, he was a hell of a journeyman at that time, but he was
check this out. I got Terrence Ali autograph. Listen, when he fought Victor Davis, I'm an amateur fighter. I'm in Atlantic City, and I'm at ringside. And I'm
Adrian Davis.
Adrian Davis, yeah. Okay. So listen, this is the first time I've ever seen it, and I swear I got nervous because he ran out there to Victor, and I'm like, I jumped like, oh my God, I never seen nobody do that, and I'm looking like, man, I'm nervous, like I'm not even fighting, I'm nervous. So when I fought him, I was waiting for him to run because I seen all the fights that day. But see, when I fought Terrence Ali, I got his autograph after he beat Victor. I got his autograph. So when he came to the press conference when we about to fight, so this what happened. They said, Derrell, we got to fight for you with Terrence Ali. I said, I look up to Terrence Ali. I don't want to fight Terrence Ali. They, excuse my language, but they told me that I'm making it for a belt. I said, fuck Terrence Ali. No, so then, so this is what Terrence Ali said to me, and I don't know if he was saying that because he remembered or he was just trying to belittle me. He said, you got my autograph before, didn't you? I said, it wasn't me, but it wasn't. No, it was me. It was me. Yeah. So I don't know if he's trying to play me down, like saying I'm a fan or not.
Right.
But it was me.
Right.
But I'm like, how did he remember? I was an amateur fighter. So, but I'm like, that wasn't me. I didn't get nothing. But I bet you would get mine after this fight. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just trying to play it on. But the thing is, I like Terrence Ali. Terrence Ali was a fighter. Terrence Ali put more pressure on me than almost anybody ever fought me. Right. It was like.
So the prep work and going to Terrence Ali was one thing. Then all of a sudden you come up against the Machine in '95. And I'm calling him the Machine from the business end because he was under Don King now. You come up against Overclock, one of your only losses in the professional ranks. And what was that dynamic like, going up against this quasi Machine with Overclock and Don King and all of that, and trying to go in there? We was in New York, the other Mad Garden.
We was at MGM Graham.
MGM Graham, MGM Graham, and trying to.
You know, let me say this is crazy because me and O was friends, and we always said this. We always said it. We hung out, we used to hang out. I may fly with here, he may fly stay a week, he may fly down here, stay a week, and we say this: if we ever fight, he's 34-1, I'm 28-0. And we in the same weight class. and it's like I said, we ever fight, we never gonna talk about it. That's the problem. We shook and hugged on that. Listen, man, we fight, we get the contract, we beefing. Like we not really speaking because it's real intense. So when I fought Overclock, I beat Overclock. I beat Overclock. They gave the decision to Overclock. So maybe like that was in 1995. So in 2 years later, 97. We together. We not talking about a fight. We respect each other. So we riding. I keep peeking that over. He's driving. I'm looking up and I peek that. He like, what's wrong? I said, man, I beat you. So I said, man, I won, man. I'm like, Joe, I can't get, man. He said, man, well, we promised each other we're not gonna talk about it. So somebody he knew, right? We ran anyway. So somebody he knew said, man, you look familiar. Where I know you from? I said, I have no idea. So, oh man, y'all fought. He said, man, I ain't over, man. You a big fan. I'm a big fan, but I thought he edged you out. And I'm like, I said, man, I know I beat. I said, first of all, I said, if he keep acting like he don't want to talk about it, it's gonna be a rematch. but
you still want to, but you gonna go with it.
I'm gonna tell you this. His father called me probably in 2016. He hit me on Facebook, gave me his number, said, call me right now. He said, Derrell, I went in over corner. He said, Derrell, I'm not gonna lie to you. You beat my son. Yeah. And that right there gave me my victory right there.
Right. But the one thing that pissed you off about that, and I know Six got something you want to ask you, but the one thing that pissed you off about that was who went over in Overclock's corner?
Dave Jacobs. Listen, I had no respect. Listen, I had no respect after that. I had no respect for Dave after that.
Right.
Because that really hurt. I look up to Dave Jacobs, man.
Who was Dave Jacobs, for the people that don't know? Who was Dave Jacobs?
That was Sugar Ray Leonard's trainer. And he was he was everybody kid's idol around here. And I looked up to Dave Jacobs. And do you know, like Dave Jacobs, I mean, it was so much respect. I had so much respect for Dave Jacobs, man. And then when I heard he was in camp training Overclock, it blew my mind. Like, what? That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But then I said this though. It's not that they can help him. I beat all day fighters too though, bro. I beat all. I'm like, why y'all bring it?
Hey, Six. One thing about Coley, man. he don't like no confidence at all. It don't much matter how it come, man. You gonna keep the confidence going the whole 9 yards.
No, let me say this before. Let me say this. I'm fighting a guy. Look, I'm fighting a guy named Ray Nevada, right? And he's 28-0 with 26 knocks, something like that. He knocked out Roger Mayweather, right? Mm-hmm. So we all watching the fight at my manager's house, right? So the reporters called me, Derrell, what you think about the fight? I said, what fight? Ray Nevada and Roger Mayweather. I said, well, I think Roger Mayweather got the experience. I never heard this guy. I said, well, it's kind of scary to have a guy 28-0 with 26 knockouts in my division. Never heard of him. Mm-hmm. I said, well, I'm gonna go with Roger Mayweather because Roger Mayweather got the experience to me. Like I know Roger Mayweather, right. He got a big right hand. Ray Nevada knocked Roger Mayweather in the first round. Listen, I'm down. About a month later, I'm down Haynes Point walking around with this girl or whatever, playing around. My manager called me and said, Derrell, we got good news. What's the good news? We got the fight with Ray Nevada. I said, who is Ray Nevada? The guy that knocked out Roger Mayweather. How is that good news? No, listen, this is what I'm saying to y'all. I'm saying this to him. How is that good news when the only thing you ever seen about this guy was knocked out Roger Mayweather? How did we get the fight? How did we get the fight? I don't understand. So then he said, Derrell, it'll look good on our record for you to beat the guy that knocked out Roger Mayweather. I said no, but I said this, man. That ain't how you manage me. You don't manage me by going after somebody that knocked out Roger Mayweather. You don't do that. But then listen, I'm training. I'm boxing with Andrew Cancer, big punching guys, man. And every time I stop, my trainer say, "Time, I want you moving." I said, first of all, hold on. If we this scared, why am I fighting? Why won't you get in there and you sitting there telling me that you don't? I can't stop for 1 second. I shouldn't be in the ring with this guy.
Right.
Do you know? Listen, man. The fight was so easy. Listen to me. The 11th round, I didn't throw no punch. I said I'm gonna win a round for the first time when I was throwing no punch. I was busy. Listen. I watched.
Look at you like, how you do that?
Because I was so busy. Nobody knows I ain't throwing no punches. Listen, the fight's so easy, right? Sean O'Grady said Derrell is in tremendous shape. He haven't thrown the punch yet. I laugh.
But that's incredible because I always tell people, you know, there are 4 sides to the ring. Mm-hmm. It's interesting that the square is called a ring, but there are 4 sides to it, with only 3 judges.
Right.
So if you're a smart fighter, the most intelligent fighters learn how to get on the opposite side on the side where the judges are. So if he think he in trouble, let me go on this side where they really can't see what's going on.
No more like ain't none of us trying to figure out what the judge is at.
You don't know where he at?
Listen, man, let me say this to you. Like they asked me about the Mike Tyson Roy Jones thing, right? So this is what I'm saying to them. You go to a gun range, right? Mm-hmm. You go to a gun range, put Pancho at the gun range, right? He's so straight, blah 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 blah. He hitting everything. Mm-hmm. You put a guy shooting the back at Pancho like he's done. Listen, I'm telling you now, it's nowhere near. Right. You can hit the bag, they don't punch back, man. And I'm saying, Mike Tyson looked great until something come back at him. He got a duck, he got a bob and weave. It's not the same.
And keep that same energy.
Yes, it's not the same. So they keep saying, Mike looked great, Derrell, what do you think? You're not fooling me. Right. The same Mike Tyson that you seen when that big white boy kicked his butt, and the same Roy Jones that you seen. I was watching Roy Jones fight through like 2017. He's in the dressing room. I hope Roy don't hit this, but he's in the dressing room. No, sir, he's in the.
He gonna be watching.
No, he's in the dressing room and he listen to me, man. He's old and you know he's old. I'm comparing him to the old Roy Jones. Right. He's slow, but I'm the only one in the dressing room. So everything he do something, he look at me. I'm like, what do you want me to say? I don't know what you want me to say. So next time he looked at me, I said, Roy, listen, you faster now than you was back then. I'm like, then he got sized up, man. But I'm like, man, he looks terrible. Yeah. He knocked out a guy with like 21 losses and jumped up on the top rope. If you don't get your ass, if you don't get your ass off the top rope, I said, come on, man. But nah, it's all good, man.
Yeah. Well, man, listen, man. Let's dive back to the Corleone, man. So let me ask you this: have you ever fought anybody from the city?
Yeah, well, we fought. A lot of us fought each other. Like
That's spawn, but I'm talking about the count.
Amateurs.
Yeah, we fought. I fought.
What about professional?
Nah. The guys I probably fought. I fought Derrell Lattimore.
Yeah.
I boxed. I'm like, but we boxed. We boxed with Joppies, the Keith Holmes, the Sean B. Mitchells, and Andrew Council, the great guys. And
primarily helping each other get ready for.
Y'all didn't fight each other as professionals. Y'all just helped each other in the boxing.
But they
arena.
not me. I didn't fight. I fought Derrell Lattimore, and I'm gonna say this. This is how I got to fight with Derrell Lattimore. we just came off a fight. When you fight, you probably take like 2 or 3 weeks off, sleeping with the girlfriend or whatever. You know, not training. The first day I'm back in the gym after me coming off a layoff, they asked my trainer, can Derrell in tip-top shape, can he get some work? So I said, yeah, because I'm taking the disrespect. Like, yeah, I know I'm just coming back in the gym. So I said, yeah. So my trainer said, Derrell, now you're not ready. Well, let's train for like a week. I said, no, we're going to work today. I'm not scared of Derrell.
Yeah.
So we boxed. He won. Don't get me wrong, he won. He didn't beat me up. So maybe I'm in blast now. Maybe like 4 or 5 weeks later, they call. I hear my trainer on the phone. Now we're not ready for that fight. I'm like, who they talking about? Like, shit, who I'm not ready for? You know, right. I'm undefeated at the time. So they said, nah, you talking about you and Derrell Lattimore. I said, you don't call him back. That boy can't beat me. I want to say. I said, Leonard, if you don't call him back, I'm gonna get the fight. I'm gonna train with somebody else. I'm fighting. He can't beat me, Leonard.
Right.
He got all. He was in shape. I wasn't in shape. They called him back. I got the fight with Lattimore. Mm-hmm. Now Lattimore, the nicest guy in the world. Listen to what I'm saying.
Yeah. I
have to find a way to have an attitude to train for this guy because he's like my best friend. Mm-hmm. So I find a way to get mad at Derrell. Derrell get mad at me because I'm mad at him. I can't like you like that. I can't like. I'm like, so I'm gritting on him every time I see him. He like, well, what's going on? Like, I thought we was friends. Nah, but I beat Derrell, man. I beat Derrell. Yeah. I beat him.
And so we go into this thing with Kip Diggs. And this when you talk about training and all that, because you said you only had one trainer your entire from amateur all the way through professional, right? Mm-hmm. And that was Leonard now. And I watched that Kip Diggs fight, and there was one thing, because you got knocked down 3 times in this fight with Kip Diggs. Mm-hmm. And the one thing that I remember, help my memory if it serves me correctly, but it was as if the instructions that you was getting was a little faulty. They kept saying, go to the right, and man knocked you down 3 times going to the right, and then you finally sat on the stool, you like, wait a minute, Dan, what? My right or his right?
Dude,
it took 3 times get knocked down before you actually say to them.
Because I'm listening to my trainers. If you give me that record, I'm gonna listen to you.
Right.
This is the thing. He said, Derrell, he throw the left hook when he go to the. He said when he go to the word the.
The right.
When he go to the right.
Right.
Oh, is it his right or my right?
Right.
Because when you facing me, his right is this way.
Right.
My right is this way. So I said, Leonard.
So that would have been your left.
Yes, but right. I said, Leonard. He's not doing it.
Yeah.
Derrell, he is. He's not. Leonard.
You had to see it, man.
I'm saying no. It's the word the. So I'm saying this. It's around. I'm like this, man. I've been knocked down. In the 7th round I got knocked down. I laid back like this. I'm like this. This what I'm saying. He's so sorry. How is he getting? Mm-hmm. But I had the flu too. Too. Listen. So I said, Leonard, it's like the 9th round. Leonard. Be like Leonard, let me fight.
Right.
Leonard, let me. Derrell, Leonard, be quiet. Let me fight. Just let me fight.
Yeah.
We losing. Let me fight. But every round that he did knock me down, he didn't win.
Right.
I won the round. Listen, when I knocked him down at the end of the 10th round, listen to me. Every round, when we came out, he meets me almost in my corner because he had me hurt. Then when I knocked him down, I had to go get him because he wouldn't come. Listen, by the time they came back from commercial, Kim was knocked out cold, man. I stressed him out. But I mean, it's like that was a great comeback, man. That was a great comeback. Oh, I'm gonna tell you how I started. He fought Curtis People. He knocked Curtis Peoples out.
Yeah.
Now, when this happened, because I'm number 1 in the world, I'm number 2 in the world. Pernell Whitaker's fighting guys with 6 losses. My last couple of guys I fought, they undefeated. I'm like, they trying to get me beat. Mm-hmm. So I'm like this. I'm not fighting no tough guy no more. Like, give me somebody I can tune up on. And like them guys Pernell Wood could fight. So they told me say something about Kid Diggs. I looked at Kid Diggs' record. I seen Kid Diggs fight. I'm not fighting Kid Diggs. He's 28 months. I'm not fighting Kid Diggs. They gave the fight to Curtis Peoples. Curtis Peoples got knocked out in the first round. I said this to them before the fight was over. Call them, give me the fight with Kid Diggs. I'm not tripping on Kid Diggs. But I caught the flu. I returned the fight down. I caught the flu. And I said, I got doctor's excuse and everything. Said, I can't fight. They said, Derrell, if you don't fight this fight I do, I returned it down, we're going to strip you from your number 2 ranking. That's what I said. I said, Leonard, because of what happens as far as this fight, don't say nothing about no flu, because I don't want to make no excuse. I said, but if we went out, I'm going to win. Then I can say I had the flu. Right. But he knocked me down. But the punches that he hit me with, I didn't feel them, man. I couldn't feel them, man. Couldn't feel them. I was slow. I didn't have no rhythm or nothing, man. I was sick. I was sick.
So now, we go to Oscar.
Let's take a break.
We're gonna take a quick pause for the calls and come right back at you. When we come back, we're gonna dive into Derrell Coley's fight against Oscar De La Hoya. Derrell, I think it was at 147, but Derrell looked like he was like 140.
No, I'm gonna tell you why I look like I was.
Well, we'll talk about it when you come back.
Okay.
Let's go take a quick break.
Do y'all got water break? Can I get some water? Can I get some water?
Yeah, we got some.
Follow him step by step. There's a hard right hand up the middle and a left hook by Coley, and De La Hoya momentarily stunned.
Now Coley shows his power and his willingness to exchange.
Coley on the offensive, De La Hoya not firing back. Coley looking for a knockout. 2 rounds earlier than he predicted. He said it would be in the 6th. De La Hoya ducking, getting out of the way. Coley doing all the firing here. Oscar De La Hoya is hurt. Derrell Coley caught him by surprise and landed the 1-2 sharply, and De La Hoya has not thrown a punch since. Now he...
2 on you.
1. Back in the building with my man, Derrell Coley. He didn't change his whole name, y'all. He don't even use his boxing name no more.
Nah, I'm telling you, man.
Who gave you that name? Riddick Bowe?
What? Which one?
Derrell Coley.
Nah, man, I bet my cousin gave me that name, man. But Riddick Bowe changed it. Ho. The Riddick Bowe big. Somebody say that they do Derrell Coley. That's my man. Bowe, my man. Now me and Bowe been best friends for a long time, man.
Okay, cool. So we're gonna jump in this blend, man, back to this fighting life, man, cause that's a hard sport, man. I trained over at Sugar Ray Leonard John. I had a whole different respect for boxers moving forward after I was working on trying to get back in the hooping shape, and I would never say again that dude is sorry. Right. I would never say that again. I used to say it real regularly. It's a disrespectful statement after knowing what y'all go through to train for one fight. You know, so that's a lot of work. But you say you didn't go in the Sugar Ray Leonard gym and you stayed at your hometown gym.
No, I kept my trainer, but I used to go around everywhere to get boxed down. So I boxed down right in the gym. A lot, like wherever the good guys at, I would go to whatever gym that is so I can get some work.
Okay. So name your top 3 biggest fights.
I mean, my top 3 biggest fights?
Yes.
Oscar De La Hoya, Obaka, and Ray Nevada.
Let's dive into the Oscar then, because that's what we was about to jump into.
So you tricked me to dive into
Yes, sir.
Hey, look, I can't.
He gave him a taste of his own medicine. Yeah.
So let's dive into that Oscar Jane.
I can say this, man. I'm gonna say this. First and foremost, Oscar, gold medal winner, man, 10-time world champion, man. Because of what anybody say about Oscar, man, I respect the guy. One of my favorite fighters. But I'm gonna say this to you. It doesn't, like my trainers. I got 2 trainers that I was with since I was 9 years old. I really believe, and I'm not saying it because I lost the fight, because I won 38 times I lost only twice, so I'm not a sore loser. I, for one, Oscar De La Hoya never made weight. I'm in there fussing and crying, and that, you know, I seen some pictures, but the thing is that, but my trainer's not saying nothing. I'm in training camp. We rent the gym out. I got the biggest fight of my life. We in Vero Beach, Florida. They got a older white guy in there. It's Oscar De La Hoya's spot. And I'm saying that nobody's supposed to be in. And Trinidad won the WBC from Oscar that night. So I was supposed to fight finish Trinidad, not Oscar. So after Oscar, if you look at the whole scenario, you pay attention to it, Oscar lost. That means finish Trinidad the champion. I got to fight finish Trinidad. They was paying me 1.3 million to fight Trinidad. But Oscar offered me 2.3 to fight him. And I said this to myself, he don't have a belt. But what he does, he has the recognition. If I beat Oscar, my name is still huge. So I'm gonna take the extra $1 million. So then even when I was coming out, they don't normally announce what somebody's making. They said I'm making 600,000, trying to belittle Trinidad as if Trinidad offered me 1.3, I'm gonna take this 600,000, and because he's a bigger name. That was, because they don't know. They announce what I'm making. Right. I'm not making that. They just try to belittle Trinidad. Well, right. Why would I fight Oscar De La Hoya when he just lost to Felix Trinidad? I'm mandatory for the championship. Yeah. I don't for Felix Trinidad. Right. I don't for Felix, but right. they gave me the extra $1 million. So, but the thing is, but when I really believe, I don't have no excuses, but I really believe that my team was on Oscar's side.
Wow.
And I'm telling my trainer this. I said, Leonard, whatever got us here, we're gonna continue. We're gonna stick with it. We're not changing nothing. He said, all right. He picked up my sit-ups, 125 more sit-ups. So I'm saying to Leonard, I'm starting to feel body punches that I wasn't feeling earlier. Let's slow the sit-ups. No, you're trying to get out of. Listen, man. That's why Oscar said, the guy said, man, go to the body. He's having problems with body shots. Yep. That's how, but Oscar told me 5 years ago, Derrell, the guy who was in it was our spot. Yeah. That was our guy. And Leonard them had to talk me into it to let the guy. That's what I'm saying. They was on Oscar's side. There's no way I can win with my team against me and Oscar team against me. Yeah. But you know, man, Oscar's.
And so you're not really talking. This is not a conspiracy theory. You know, for those that don't know, this is a person who put his life on the line in that damn ring and is telling you all out there exactly what transpired prior to this damn fight. Because when you got in that ring and you took your garments off, top off and everything, I'm like, man, he looked like he's like 140 man. In that joint, man.
But the thing is this, Oscar, if you look at the fight right now, if you look, Oscar's a super middleweight. I'm a light welterweight. I mean, junior welterweight. But the thing was this, man. It was like I was so stressed out because I'm the guy didn't make the weight. I got pictures that show the guy don't make the weight, and I'm yelling and screaming. My trainers, my manager ain't saying nothing. They supposed to be screaming. I'm the one supposed to be.
Right. So that's payday stuff that's coming up underneath the table for somebody.
Exactly. And then like they Leonard and them. Leonard's my main trainer. I know I've been with Leonard since I was 9 years old. I was with Al time like 14, 15. But Al, like this gym open 24 hours a day. Why this man can't come back when we gone?
That's real talk.
No, but they say no. He said, but the guy would never make eye contact with me. I'm boxing. He's paying attention every time I'm boxing. He's paying attention. So I'm peeking at him. He's watching. But if I'm in the bag, he makes sure he's not looking. I knew he was a spot. I knew he was Oscar De La Hoya spot. But you know, come on, man. So
let me ask you this: do you think, because you talked a little bit earlier about trainers and things of that nature and having the same trainers, it's almost like even with Mark. Mark had Ham since he was younger, since he was a kid. You know, that's his dad. Trained him all the way through. What are your thoughts about fighters who keep the trainers from such a young age all the way up through the professional ranks, although they win? What are your thoughts about? You think they should that they should go? Is there a peak? I guess what I'm looking for. You know, with your training. You know,
it's a difference. It's a difference from like let's say my trainers. My trainers don't have no experience. They never been in the 10th round the 8th round to tell me what I can do and what I should do. But when you have a father that you're fighting for, like Mark has Ham. Even if Ham never been in the 10th round, Mark can identify what Ham for what he wants.
Shane had his father. Roy had his at one point. So they
know what they want.
Right.
They know what they're looking for. Me, I can't identify these guys. They never been in the 10th round.
Right.
They never been in a mega fight. How can you train me for a mega fight? You never been in one. You understand what I'm saying? Like Mark and his father, it fooled me at one time. Mark, give me the ham sandwich on the kitchen table, and Mark do something. I'm like, oh my God! Look. Then I knew. Then he said the same. He said something about give me the pliers out of the kitchen drawer. Mark did the same combination. He said, yeah. I said, oh man, come on, man.
Yeah.
I'm thinking this real punches, like real combination. They call it. But I mean, come on.
But it's relationship speak that goes far beyond in the ring and in the gym.
Mark can look at Ham. Mark can look at Ham and know Ham. Ham ain't gotta say nothing.
Right.
He can look at Ham and he knows if I want. You know what I'm saying? He knows if I want.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man.
And for those that don't know, we were just talking about Mark Two Shot Johnson, first African American flyweight champion. Yeah.
Let me say one thing about Mark. I've been boxing around. We never boxed together. We never boxed each other. I've been boxing around Mark since I was about 15 years old. Listen to what I'm saying. I didn't see Mark box 150 pounders, 160 pounders, people his weight class. Listen to what I'm saying. And this is no disrespect to anybody that boxed the shawty. I never seen Mark lose around in small. I never seen him lose around in small. Maybe a draw round, but never seen him lose around in small. Never did.
I want to peel back something because you back to this spot that they had in your camp. Let's talk about the foul play in boxing.
But I got the Corey Sanders. We was on my team. He was a heavyweight, man. Heavyweight Corey Sanders, and I never experienced it. He telling me stuff. It's like I never boxed before because he's telling me stuff like, Derrell, I was out the country and I was ready, man. I'm about to fight the guy, and the promoter came in and said, how you feel? Corey like, man, I feel good, man. He said, I feel good. I'm going to do what I gotta do. The guy said like something like, well, if you do what I think you're gonna do, you won't make it out of here. So Corey was like, oh, okay. So I never experienced that, and I never heard it. But people can sit around and tell stories. I'd be like, it's like I never boxed before. Because I'm like, oh wow, this happened for real. I never experienced none of that. Never.
So you did in your camp with the Oscar thing.
With that, but I'm gonna tell you another thing. I'm gonna tell you another thing that happened. And then I said, wow, that could happen because I met the judges throughout the years since me and Obaka fought. They said, I was the one of the judges. We actually gave the fight to you. Now, when Don King gave the guy that's reading the card the nod, it could say the winner, Derrell Coley, on the card. But when we get the nod from Don King, he said in the winner, out of the blue corner, Obaka. It says on the card. That's when I said, because the judges told me I won the fight. But when it's based on whatever nobody goes look at the paper from what the ring announcer say. So because if you look at the fight, when Don King and Mike Tyson was talking, Mike Tyson whispered in his ear. Don King walked off.
Yep.
He walked off and gave the ring announcer the nod. And the ring announcer, I'm guaranteeing the card said Derrell Coley. Yeah. The winner.
Because the Over and Mike was real cool.
Best friend.
They were real cool at that time. Mike just come home and all that. And Over was real cool. Yeah. That's an interesting piece.
Yeah, but I never thought about that. I'm like this. Okay, I'm guaranteeing on that card it said the winner out of the red corner, Derrell Coley. He said and the winner out of the blue corner. It didn't say it on the card. Nobody's gonna check the card. Don King walked up to him because he walked off from Mike Tyson, sitting there and gave him the nod, Overcome victorious.
So this gonna lead me to this question because I can't let you off the hook with it. I used to see Big Jeff in your corner. What was Big Jeff to you?
One of my best friends. Big Jeff, let me tell you something, man. I was paying Big Jeff and Chucky $500 a week just so they wouldn't sell drugs.
Wow.
Yeah, I was paying them $500 a week just so they wouldn't sell drugs, and They didn't know nothing about boxing. Just come to the gym with me, stay off the streets, you know, and that's what I was doing for them. And I don't know, and I enjoyed my time with them so much because I laughed all the time, and you know what I'm saying. And it's like I love them guys, man. I love them guys, man.
And they were really good dudes all the way across the board, and beyond all of that, they were what you call loyalists. You know, they were down for it no matter what, man. And that's a hell of a piece to be a part of.
I couldn't let y'all the hook with that, man. To see Jeff Lee here and saw him a part of your boxing career.
Yeah. And you know, Jeff. This what happened, man. When excuse me, Jeff died. Jeff was working for ESPN, and Jeff. The last time I talked to Jeff was me and Jeff was joining right before Thanksgiving, the day before. The next morning, Jeff dead. I'm like, wow. Yeah. So the guy that gave Jeff the job for ESPN, I think Jeff was getting like $35 an hour, something like that. Mm-hmm. So the guy said, man, Jeff told me a lot of stories about you and him and how you helped him out, this and that. I want to give you the Big Jeff job. I'm like, wow, that's cool. So he said, told me to come up, so I'm working with ESPN. Listen to what I'm saying. The day after he gave me the job, he died the exact same way Jeff died. Damn. And guess what? I didn't go nowhere near ESPN no more. I didn't watch ESPN. I didn't even watch ESPN no more. I said no. I said no, sir.
Yeah.
That's scary, man.
That's some devastating loss that you had, particularly because your brother name is Jeff, and you lost your brother. And now your best friend name is Jeff, and you lose him as well. And both at very critical times in your life, you know, in terms of making decisions and things of that nature, you know. So the key to it is we talk sports and things of that nature, but we also dive into just regular life. You know, you got a lot of young guys out there who are in the fight game, in the boxing game, and things of that nature. They haven't eclipsed to this degree of maturity right now, where life's issues really become something critical for them to think about. What would you say to the younger you that's out there now with the thought process that you had then, and compared to some of these young guys that's coming up now? What would you say to them in terms of preparation after boxing?
I think that I just think that, you know, when you have to be stronger than what everybody want to be a tough guy or stronger, but you have to really be like me. I never if drugs was around, you know, drugs was around me. Yeah. Everybody around my friends, they smoke. I never smoked. I never drunk to this day, not even once in my life. I never been to jail. I never, you know, I never did a lot of different things, man, because I was strong. I was my own person. I had people that I looked up to selling drugs around me. I never did it. I would definitely tell them to be stronger than you say you are, because everybody is I would never do this or I never did, but they're not strong for real. You have to be like I was strong. But to sit there to be everybody around me selling drugs. Now, like I used to be on. I was out when Jumbo used to come. I'm the only one that didn't run. The Jumbo say this, Derrell, man, they talking to me. Stay away from me, guys. Blah, blah, blah. You gonna get locked. You gonna get yourself in trouble. I said, listen, if I can't pay their bills, I can't tell these guys what to do. You know what I'm saying? I can't. That's right. These guys paying. They got bills. You know what I'm saying? Right. And it's like you want me to sit back and they see me on TV, and they say, Derrell, man, you don't need to be up here. These my friends. I can't. So my thing with people, man, you have to sit back and understand what's right and what's wrong, and not what feel right. Right. Everybody, what feel right is it feels right. Don't get me wrong, but nobody see when people understand. This is a good thing. When people understand the consequences. I mean, like right now. I'm not trying to be funny. Right now, I would go punch Andrew in the face, but I might have to deal with the consequences. Right. I understand the consequences. Right. If people would think about the consequences first. Before they do anything, they wouldn't do it. Right. They wouldn't do it. There's a lot of people in jail right now. I'm saying 99%. If they would have thought about the consequences before they did what they did, they wouldn't do it. Yeah. I think about the consequences first.
That's major. That's major.
It's an interesting piece that I don't think people know the story as to why those guys was around you and how much you helped people in the city.
You know why they didn't know? Because I never did it for the people to know. You know, I never like this is what people don't understand about Floyd Mayweather. I'm around Floyd. I'm driving Floyd for maybe that about 2 weeks or going on 3 weeks, right? Floyd owed me listen to me. Floyd owed me $26,000. He gave me a book bag for the money, right? I'm not no fool. He said, "Yo, I don't know what I owe you. Just give what I owe you." I got exactly what he owed me. Not a penny less or a penny more. I'm not messing myself up with a guy like this. And this is the thing. I'm around Floyd, right? This is what type of guy. Everybody this is what people don't understand. Let's say if I made $1,000 a week, right? And I bring out $200 and brag on my 200. Oh, he's arrogant. This man made $200 million a fight. And he carry $1 million around, and they mad at him. That ain't nothing compared to what he carry around. So my thing is this: that's his money. He do what he want. Listen, I'm around this guy. let's say the guy named Steve. Let's say I be with Andrew a lot, right? So I bring Andrew around Floyd. Floyd don't know Andrew. Floyd know me.
Right.
So Floyd knew the guy, but the guy was with the other guy. So the first day they ran each other, everybody happy, they having fun. The next day they got quiet. Floyd knows this. Floyd told one of his guys, go see what's wrong with him. This is what was wrong with him. His grandmother about to lose her house. She been in the house for 20-something years. He about to lose the house. This is what Floyd said. Floyd pulled him to the side, got the information, paid the grandmother house. Don't know the guy. Paid the grandmother house off. I don't care what they say about Floyd. I don't care what they say about Shorty. He's never gonna be wrong in my book, man. Shorty, a good dude, man.
Yeah.
Good dude. Good dude, man. Great dude.
That's real talk. Before you leave, we real show. Before you leave, inquiring minds want to know who won that fight, Ray Leonard or Hagler?
Oh my God, man. Pancho, listen.
Inquiring minds want to know. That's the big piece.
Okay, listen to what I'm saying to y'all. I'm gonna say this to y'all. I used that fight to give me the game plan for Keith Holmes. When I fought Keith, he was a left-handed guy. I used that fight to really, that was my favorite fight. Listen, when I first seen that fight, Ray Leonard won every round. Listen to me. I watched that fight maybe 300 times. The last time I watched it, it was a draw. I won't watch it no more. Because Hagler might win the fight. This one, I'm not lying. When I watched that fight, Ray Leonard won every single round.
Yeah.
But when the last time I watched it, it was a draw. I'm not watching that fight no more.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. And it's crazy because we had a conversation one time. I was telling people, I say, man, look, the best way to watch a fight like that is to turn the TV volume down so you don't listen to any other influences, and don't, to the best of your abilities, don't watch your favorite fighter. Just watch the other fight.
Listen,
and when you watch it that way, you see a totally different fight.
Vernon Ford said this. Vernon Ford, my best friend Vernon Ford, rest in peace, Vernon Ford. This is what he said. The reason you think Ray Leonard won the fight, because nobody's paying attention to Marvin Hagler. Everybody paying attention to Ray Leonard. He said this, and you watch it. Ray Leonard do like this, pick his head up, the crowd go crazy. Yeah. He didn't do nothing.
He didn't do nothing.
He didn't do nothing.
Yeah.
The crowd go crazy. So if you pay attention to both fighters, Hagler probably won that fight.
Yeah, because I used to ask Roger Leonard. My main, I was scrapping talking. I said, what you kept talking about was the last 30 seconds. We kept saying, 30 seconds, wait, 30 seconds. I said, well, when y'all was hollering 30 seconds, what the hell was Marvin doing for the first 2 minutes and 30 seconds of a 3-minute fight?
Exactly.
You just hollered 30. I said, who wins a fight in 30 seconds the last time? I say, but for somebody that is the absolute eye of and the pillar of the sport. He was the face of the sport, although he hadn't fought in 3 years. He was still the face of the sport. And he was approachable. Marvin wasn't approachable. Marvin wasn't accessible. So they had to have this face to kind of save boxing again. So he had to win that joint. Your face. Until you went to Oscar.
I'm approachable though.
Yeah, but you went to Oscar. And he was more approachable.
He whipped your ass.
No. Listen, all the side. The same ass woman that. Listen to what I'm saying. The big thing you gotta understand. The same ass woman you gonna get when we get over there. I want that same ass.
Hey, well, I tell you what, man. Hey, another enjoyable moment here at the Men's Corner. You listening to none other than former champion, Derrell
Too Sweet Coley Loney.
That's a shout out to Really Bo, baby.
Really Bo, Big Ben.
I need you to set up the fight with me and Melvin Foster. I'm gonna whip his ass.
Yeah, Six keep trying to fight Melvin Foster, man. I'm not sanctioning none of that.
Bo one, come on. Bring him over, Rick.
Yeah, Bo.
Click him on.
Really Big Daddy Bo is Coley's main apple scrapper, man. He probably sleep. He need to go sleep.
Why you ain't click him on?
He cut off Coley. We're not gonna go through that because we on time now. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. Another segment of the Men's Corner where men talk real, relevant emotions about life. We do what we do here for you. We love you. Another shout out to Derrell Coley for coming in. Yeah, absolutely. Close us out and close us out quick too.
I just be quick. No, listen. The next time they ask me to come on the Men's Corner, I swear to God I'm busy. Keep acting like I don't got all the free time in the world. I'm out of town. I'm somewhere. I'm not doing this bullshit. I can't be next time.
We're not going there. You went on the other show.
Oh, bro.
Yeah. Don't let that bother. Anyway, I did. Thank you all for coming, for coming, Derrell. You know, as always, man, the Men's Corner. Appreciate you. And again,
hey, yo, time, you see that again?
We can't do this. We can't do this in an hour.
That's a contract. I'm about to sign a shoe deal, my own shoe deal, man. That's what I didn't talk about on the show.
Okay,
right?
well, go ahead and give me 30 seconds of your shoe deal.
Nah, I'm gonna give you 35 seconds.
He's so disrespectful.
I have my own shoe line coming out.
All right, you gonna bring a roll?
No, you say no. Can you bring the contract over? Drew, bring the contract over, Drew. That's the contract. Yeah, that's Derrell Coley got his own shoe line. Derrell,
what's it called?
Capstown Derrell Coley.
Oh, okay.
I got your side.
Yeah, I know you got my side. Don't let that bother. The bodyguard, y'all. The bodyguard.
Oh, for sure.
The bodyguard.
What's the bodyguard name?
That's Big Swole. Listen.
That's Big Swole.
Okay, come on, give us the contract so we can close out.
I can't let y'all see what's in the detail. Look,
all right, so what's the name of the shoe line?
An endorsement agreement.
That's all you need
What's
to
the
know.
name of the shoe line?
Man, Capstown, man.
Capstown.
Derrell Coley.
What kind of shoes are they?
You got a picture of the
shoes? Let me ask you a question.
Are they tennis shoes, dress shoes?
No, they tennis shoes.
Boots?
Where you actually from?
I'm from Gary, Indiana.
Huh?
Gary, Indiana.
Y'all can't hear that?
Michael Jackson? You from Gary?
Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson, he said from Gary.
Listen. We had one fence, right? The backyard. There y'all was on this side.
Who was y'all?
Michael Jackson. The Michael Jackson family.
Oh, you live by Michael Jackson?
Right now. If you take the fence out, the yard will run right through each other. Yeah.
Oh yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Did Mike Fowler whip your ass?
No, Mike wasn't. Mike wasn't like that back then. Mike wasn't no big star back then.
I know, but his father was still whipping their ass.
But Mike Fowler never beat them.
Hey, Mike, God bless you, Mike. I don't have nothing to do with all that conversation.
Oh, you was too.
Go ahead and wind down here. Thank you all so much.
I'm 2 years old.
Thank you so much for coming out, man. We'll see you all again. Coming up next, December the 3rd, we got none other than Kurt Trouble Smith. He's an icon in the city in terms of basketball, things of that nature, former Drake University guy. Hey, one of the best little men that ever do it. We got him coming up December the 3rd. Until that time, peace, y'all. Y'all go in peace. We love you all. Stay focused.
Alright, I must say that was another fun.
Come on, man.
Hey, wait, let me
Hey, give me some time, hold on, for here we gotta take a picture.
Okay.
Come on, man.
Let me give him some. Hey, Buck.
I need to fight with Mel Falk.
Hey, Punk.